Okay, welcome to the channel. How are you guys and gals today? This is going to be like a personal log of me yapping about my future plans for hopefully this week. I already have a video of me yapping about the upgrade that I did with my cabling situation. I ended up purchasing 3 Anker devices. The last and smallest one and more powerful one, I had to wait on this little guy here because apparently they just started shipping this here last week. So I've been using it. It's nice. I will talk about it in a future video, especially if you are an iPad user like myself. Because I have an iPad, I need a speed charger setup. And that's what the entire Anker situation is with me is I needed a speed charger because my device is using more power than I am actually charging. So the standard slow charger, it ain't working for me. And you know what I need to do? I need to reconsider getting the same setup for my mom because I know she's probably going to run into this issue if she hasn't already. Sometimes the darn machine doesn't charge up fast enough. So I will be contacting my mom about that soon. On top of that, I have rings in my hand. I will talk about that in a little bit. Remember, this is just a personal blog. I am holding a Palm Pilot. I'm going to get it real close there so you can see this here. This is a Palm Pilot from Palm. Now, my coworker, Nelson, had never seen one of these before. And I brought it to him during our little sit-down session and everything because I wanted to see what his reaction was. And it was exactly what I expected. His first thought was, what is that? Is that a cell phone? Because the Palm Pilot, believe it or not, and when I say the Palm Pilot, believe it or not, is very important. When I say I have Palm Pilots, I mean I have Palm Pilots. I have so many. Well, I had a lot of them at one point. The house used to have 3 of these metal ones. These are the titanium 505, and is both of them 505? I can barely see that. Yeah, they're both M505s. And I believe we had one that was more powerful. But the thing is, these guys lasted until about 2009, maybe 2010. And that's when I started to convert my wife from using one of these devices and get her into using a smartphone, which was, you know, the better choice because things were changing and the Palms were not up to par anymore. They were getting harder and harder to service. So a future video is me opening up one of these guys because out of the 3 that I have, only 1, maybe 2 are going to be functioning. So I'm more than likely it's going to be this cheap one here. This might be the one that actually works. I'm having issues trying to charge up the more expensive ones. Yeah, this I've got some stuff that's in the works, and I also have to do something. I don't want to do it, but I got to do it because I promised this lady before the freaking pandemic, and then in the middle of the pandemic, I borrowed even more. I have action figures on loan. Okay, I have action figures on loan where I am borrowing somebody else's supply of action figures so that I can do a video or something on these action figures. Is this not cool? Is that not cool? You're only looking at half of what I've got. Okay, that means I have 4 of these here. Is that not cool? I hope you can see it through the glare. Oh my God! I mean, this is amazing. It absolutely is amazing. They are Predators. I have 4 of them. They are not mine. They belong to someone else. They are from NECA, N-E-C-A, the same people that made the Splinter Cell Sam Fisher action figure. So they're using the same base as the Splinter Cell action figure. And because NECA has their own body type system. And once you have that body, they just kind of mold everything around that. So yeah, so they're using very similar materials. Their standard base body. This base body is also the same ones that's on my Dead Space action figures. So you're gonna see it. I'm gonna pull everything out. I just need to figure out how I'm gonna display this because I have so many Do I make one big video or do I make a video for each one of them? That's the big question and dilemma I have. Whatever the decision is, I need to hurry up and do it because Robin, that's the person who owns that stuff over there, you know, she's going to want her stuff back eventually, you know? And I'm one of those guys, when you say, when I say, hey, can I borrow this here? I actually give it back, okay? I actually give it back because I cherish it because it's your stuff and it's not mine, so I treat it a lot better than I do my own stuff. So I need to do what I need to do with her stuff. I don't want to lose any pieces or anything like that. I know she's very comfortable with it, but I'm like, you know, this is still your stuff. So why do I have rings on one hand? I have to separate the video game stuff for Tom Clancy's Elite Squad and everything else that I do. I had to do that for a reason. Reason number one, people on the planet speak multiple languages. Unfortunately, I only speak one. I only speak English. So when I play the game, I know I'm playing against other people from around the world. And I know that the guild that I belong to, the original guy is actually in France. And that's totally fine with me. It's totally fine. And I also get my videos and I put them on Reddit. And the people on Reddit, they can see it and they can just go to it and they can comment on it and everything else. And that's totally fine. I like that actually because I love people who speak more than one language. I wish I spoke another language. You know what? 48 years old, that's probably not going to speak another language. Unless I get locked up abroad, then you gotta learn there. But the thing is, this ring right here, someone said on the other channel, thief, in-laws rings. And at that point, I couldn't, it's like, you know, you stop for a moment and you say to yourself, this is someone who doesn't know English well or enough to translate it and spit it out a little bit better than what they were originally trying to say. And I know that if you write something down, it could sound rude. And I didn't want to sound rude to the person. So what I turned around and said was, no, these are my rings. Because this is my wedding ring here. There's no way, no one steals somebody else's wedding ring unless they're a crackhead. But the big ring here, this is actually, and I don't know if I've talked that much about it, this is actually my alumni class ring. It has 1844 written across the bottom because that's where my school, the school that I graduated from, was established. It has a BA in art on one side, and it also has the year I graduated, and then it has history on the other side. And it's double gold. This ring is extremely important to me because once, a long time ago, I found a class ring. And it was an Auburn class ring. And it had numbers on it and a whole bunch of other things. I did everything I could to try to find that person. And I never could find that person. But that ring that I had found a very, 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 very long time ago, I used that ring as my inspiration to graduate. So when I did graduate, I did eventually get my own ring. And this is that ring. And I wanted it to be as special as it was at the moment I found that other person's ring a long time ago. But the funny thing about that is, this person who says thief, in-law's ring, I nicely told him the little story about, this is my alumni ring. I nicely told him that, please repeat. Because I'm like, I don't want to cut your neck off because you're being stupid. And that's the reason why I separated everything. Because I know I will, if that person gets challenging and all the other stuff, I will delete it eventually. But I will snap on them. And, you know, because you're being stupid. Or in some cases, what I'll do is I'll nicely snap on them and keep the comments on there so that one day when their friends just run across their friend's stuff, they'll see that, hey, this guy was being a total a-hole. Not me being an a-hole, their friend being an a-hole. Hey, friend, why were you doing that to that person? For no stupid reason. I don't know, like, just saying. But that's the reason why I separated the two, because I know there's going to be incidents where idiotic people do really stupid stuff. So I did a split. So that's we went all over the place with this here personal log. Most people don't watch my stuff for more than 2 minutes anyway, so most people are never going to get to this part of the video. So you guys enjoy yourselves. I got some video editing to do. My password for Carl 5, if you're watching, if you've lived this long, not lived, if you've watched this long, you have to cut off my thumb. And once you cut off my thumb, you can put it on there and then you can get into it. Or you can use the password 0000. 4 zeros get you access to this device and all my devices. True story. True story. Oh, wait a minute. I got a contraption.